What's up, creatives? Welcome to the Tiffy Show. Today I will be talking about how to become a millionaire with your OnlyFans by investing. If you haven't, make sure that you turn on notifications so that you know when I post a video. I like to post about lifestyle, dating, travel, and investing. So if that's your jam, hit that subscribe button. And quick disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. Take my advice with a grain of salt, and let's get to it. Recently in the news, it is blown up that Bella Thorne made $1 million in one day on OnlyFans and $2 million within a week. And that is crazy, amazing, whoa, what am I doing with my life? I'm sure that's what a lot of us were all thinking in that moment, because I definitely sure was. And if you don't know what OnlyFans is a social platform that you can post anything you want basically, and it's behind a paywall. So you have subscribers subscribe to your content and they can pay $10 a month, $20 a month. I believe the minimum is $3 a month, and they get exclusive content from you. Now, what makes this different than any other social media platform is the fact that you can have not safe for work material on there. You can pretty much have anything that was not allowed, in terms of nudity or explicit content on your OnlyFans. As you know, as I know, YouTube, Facebook, all the other social media platforms can be a little bit more conservative with the content that you put out. I have even been flagged for just wearing V-neck t-shirts. I kid you not. I can't believe it. It has happened to me. So OnlyFans is very cool. I think it's completely fine. Make that money however you want to make it. Now, Bella Thorne said that she's going to take the $2 million that she's made and put into her production company and also put it into charity. Now, this got me thinking, and I started to do some research, and I wanted to know, Bella Thorne is famous. She's an actress. She came from, a Disney background. She's been in movies on Netflix. I wanted to see how a normal creator can join OnlyFans and how they make money and how it really works. So to make an OnlyFans account, you sign up for OnlyFans, you make your profile, you pick your subscription base. As I mentioned, the minimum is $3 and it can go all the way up to anything you want per month. Then you start to build content on there and you make sure that you keep that content flowing. People are paying you monthly, so they expect content monthly. Now, does all the content have to be not safe for work? No, of course not. There's a lot of people on there that do just sexy images or pictures or whatever you want to do that maybe your audience is willing to pay for. Now, the one thing that is a little bit more difficult with OnlyFans is that you need to have kind of a social media presence to get your fans on there, only because there's no real way to find people as of right now from what I can see through OnlyFans. So you want to promote that you have an OnlyFans through your Instagram, through Facebook, through Twitter, any way that you need to. This is great for influencers. This is great for you, IG models, YouTubers, anyone that's putting out content, that is fun. If you're attractive, even better. Even if you're not attractive, I don't know, you can find something. Top creators on OnlyFans, which is a small percentage, but it is a percentage, and that means you can be in that percentage, make about $100,000 a month. And I'm talking about the normal influencer creators, not the Bella Thornes. Now, I would say that the average for a cute Instagram influencer person that's really putting their time into it and making that content, they can make about $10,000 to $12,000 a month. Now, the median, I have to let you know, for OnlyFans, just so you know that you're not gonna jump on there and make all that money, is $180. But again, remember, there's a lot of not that cute people out there in the world, and so they gotta fit in there too. But if you're cute and you know how to make content and you know how to push it out constantly, you can make $10,000 a month. With that being said, let's get to the point, which is how to make that $10,000 a month into millions and millions of dollars. This got me thinking, and I wanted to really give some tips on what I would do if I had an OnlyFans account that was making $10,000 a month or even more. And first things first, set aside money for taxes. I have to say this because I know some of you are making money right now, and this is the first time that you've made this amount of money this fast, and you probably don't even think like taxes is a situation. You're not even thinking taxes. And let me just say, from a freelancer, independent person myself, set aside money for taxes. I believe that OnlyFans does send out 1099s. That doesn't necessarily mean that you paid taxes or that you owe taxes, but that definitely means that the IRS is going to know how much money you made on OnlyFans. So set aside some money from what you make from OnlyFans. I would say like at least 20% so that you can pay your taxes at the end of the year so that you can continue to enjoy making OnlyFans. What I would do is I would definitely start putting a substantial amount into mutual funds, ETFs, stock market, anything you want. Now, if you're a beginner, go check out my video on how to make a mutual fund and also my video on ETFs. Now, these videos will help you in terms of investing as a beginner and putting aside money monthly and cost averaging so that you're always putting the same amount of money regardless of how the market is flowing into an account that is going to grow long-term over time. Now, that the reason I want you to invest your money into mutual funds, ETFs, or the stock market is because you don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket. Everything is temporary, everything. So we don't know, tomorrow the government could be like, hey, we're gonna shut down OnlyFans, we don't like this. And then your source of income is gone. But if you create this cushion now, you will have money and your money will be making money. I want you to think of investing first because I know a lot of you want to jump into making your own clothing line and making your own makeup line and making all of that fun, cool stuff, which I think is so dope and I want to do it too. Like, it's so fun and cool. But what can make you the most money over time that will really get you to that millionaire status is investing into the stock market, into ETFs, into mutual funds. Also, depending on how much money you are making per month on OnlyFans, I don't know, you could be way up in the 6 digits. You should definitely be looking into investing into real estate and making a real estate portfolio yourself. So these are my suggestions on how you can take your OnlyFans money to the next level and start investing it. If you are successful enough to create an OnlyFans that makes $10,000 to $12,000 a month, and see, I'm not even saying the $100,000, I'm saying the $10,000 a month, then you are smart enough and you have the capability to invest it monthly into a fund. I suggest highly above all of this that you create a Roth IRA. This will be income, so you will be able to put aside some of the money into the Roth IRA. It is an investment fund. You can't touch it for a while, but when you do, it won't be taxed. It'll be beautiful. And even if you don't understand me right now and you're like, Tiffany, I don't know what a Roth IRA is, later down the line when you are 50 something and you take that money out, you will be like, thank you, Tiffy, thank you. And you can send me some money and I will take it. A lot of celebrities are now joining the site. Cardi B is on OnlyFans. I believe Megan Thee Stallion and Black China. Beyonce shouted out OnlyFans in a song recently, so it is something that has had an influx of people coming onto the platform. If you're wondering in terms of revenue what OnlyFans makes and what you would get to keep, you get to keep 80% of anything that you make on OnlyFans with the subscriptions, and then OnlyFans will take 20%. But you also can make extra money on top of that 80% with tips and like extra content that you give your audience. Bella Thorne's content, she right now is just sharing personal, behind the scenes photos and personal images. She hasn't really gone really not safe for work or crazy, and her subscription base is $20 per month. But again, like I said, she's making $20 per month with, subscription base of 100,000. But if you even just have 600 subscribers paying $20 a month, you are making $12,000 a month. And even if they're paying $10, you are now making $6,000 a month. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the lovely people watching this have more than that on their Instagrams right now. So just think if your Instagram was your, OnlyFans account, you could be really monetizing your money. And I think this is where the future is heading in terms of social media platforms. Right now, I would say OnlyFans is probably one of the best in terms of monetizing your content. There's people watching OnlyFans, yes, for cute girls and guys and all that, but they also have other interests and they're willing to pay the creators that they usually watch for that on OnlyFans. So I think that's something to think about in terms of your content. In terms of monetization, it's OnlyFans, then YouTube, Patreon, which is kind of connected to YouTube, and then Instagram maybe, but the hustle is real with Instagram. So I would say if you're going to pick one to make money on right now, I would choose YouTube or OnlyFans. The rest is an investment, so pick what you want and make that money, boo. Should I start a OnlyFans is the question? Because I'll show some feet. I'm just so awkward as beep. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just so awkward. I'm awkward as but I kind of love money. Like, I don't lie, I love money. So this is like very tempting for me right now to not have an OnlyFans making money, because you know me, I'm gonna be investing it, okay? Okay. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you share it, like, subscribe, and comment. Comment down below. Let me know if you have an OnlyFans, if I should make an OnlyFans. What are your thoughts on OnlyFans? And I will see you next time. Stay creative.